No, I just got my question.
Drop the bag.
All right.
See what y'all made me do?
Yeah, you know. Okay. So, first question is obviously I want, you've heard me introduce you, but I kind of want y'all to talk about yourselves, right? So tell us about your artistic practice. Tell us about what you do, the organizations you run, just a little bit about yourself so that our audience can get to know you. And we'll start right here.
Can you hear me? No. Okay, y'all cool then. My name is James Adrian. I am a poet. I am a youth mentor. I also go by the name of Big Drip 734. Follow me on Instagram. One of the things that I try to do, I'm focusing on the youth right now because I feel like that is an area that's been neglected. And I myself have fallen victim to making bad choices when I was younger. I went to prison when I was 17 years old, and I was sentenced to natural life without the possibility of parole. So what you see here today is truly a miracle. This is God's plan. I may have a lot of the answers, but it has nothing to do with me. So like last night, we did a sneaker ball at Israel Gardens. We had over 100 youth come out. We had a live DJ. We had a photo booth. We had food. They dressed up in their gowns and their formal wear, and they wore their sneakers. They had a good time. Like this is what we have to focus on. We have to realize that if we don't create nothing for them, they will find something to do, and it's always not going to be positive. So that's what my company is really based on. Like I said, it's called Making a Way because when there was no way, God made a way for me. So I'm trying to make sure I can make a way for the other youth that's coming up behind me.
Where was he at when I was growing up?
Exactly.
My name is Janetta Sullivan. I'm 40 years old, and in November, I was released from prison after 22 years. I've been a part of the PCAP Creative Art Program for 11 years and counting. Throughout my incarceration, first of all, I went to prison when I was 18, a youth with no direction, no guidance. But I went there understanding that I didn't have a woe is me story. I took somebody's life. Somebody would be hurting for the rest of their life. I have no right to feel sorry for myself. I learned that remorse was not just an apology, it was an atonement. So with that, I started writing. Prisoner Creative Art Program gave me a platform, as well as Shakespeare in Prison, to tell my story. I had a lot inside of me, and it gave me a pathway to talk about the things that I had hindering me growing up. And then I wrote a book. My book is called Suffocated Truth. I am currently in the process of working with that production. Also from the inside, I became a playwright, a movie writer. I have multiple poems published here through the U of M of Michigan, and also I have a LLC. It's called the Suffocated Truth Project. And what's your name again? I'm sorry.
James Adrian.
Just like James.
Or you just say Big Drip.
Just like.
Is it Big Drip 734?
Yeah, Big Drip.
Just like James here, I was neglected. I was abused starting at a very young age. And I was lost. I didn't have no guidance. So I kind of let the streets guide me, misguide me. And ultimately it led to my demise. And now I am creating a platform through BNC 1820 production to create dance programs and creative writing programs for youth to help shape their road to redemption.
Gotta give her too.
Got to. Got to.
How y'all doing? My name is Deron Witherspoon Sr. I'm I'm the CEO of Power Peace Enterprises. We're a local outreach and advocacy organization in Ypsilanti, Michigan. It's a lot to try to follow behind this. That's 52 years of incarceration that y'all just heard between those two. And I'm a formerly incarcerated individual myself, but I got plenty of second chances. I feel like people like them, when they go straight like that and they don't get to just come outside at all and show the world who they are, I don't know how to follow up behind that, because I got paroled 2-3 times and kept messing up and kept messing up. But I am a testimony today to say I'm 36 years old and I have been in prison 3 years. I did 12 years altogether. So a lot of my organization focuses on letting everybody else's voices be heard. As a CEO, I created Power Peace Enterprises to let it be known right through the words. We are all power pieces. We may be pawns on somebody else's board, but God gave us the right to be a king or a queen of our own right. So I try to focus on intellectual property, and each person that comes across me, I have a heart-to-heart with them, and I try to figure out who they are personally and professionally, and then we try to take that thought and cultivate thoughts to go to the next level. So what I like to do mostly in the community is create public platforms, promote peaceful power. A few of my colleagues are in the room. Yes, we had a beautiful, epic sneaker bowl, and that was the first event I can say that I actually got to see my partner tell me to sit back and let me show you something. And it was epic. It was epic. I just carried in a couple of things of food or something outside. I just came to enjoy myself. So I appreciate y'all for putting on. I'm a CVI member, Community Violence Intervention member, in the community, so I like to step outside and let the people know that it is people on the other side of the community, like into law enforcement or government officials or public health officials that care for the community just like we do, that's actually lived experience. So I like to be the healthy bridge between connecting those people so they can help each other, learn each other. I mess with the youth sometimes, but I really think that everybody's voice needs to be heard. When I look at him right here, he has a lot to tell me. I love to sit there and sit with him. He has a lot full of wisdom that I can learn, and I can link him with my 10-year-old son that may not listen to me, but may be able to catch up with him, and we all come to a solidarity with that. I don't got too much to say. I already let my story speak for itself, but I'm here. I'm glad y'all here, and I'm ready to learn.
How y'all doing today?
Great.
My name is Kashawn Malzil. I just recently got released from prison in August of last year. I did 32 years. Got out under the juvenile life of law. As these individuals, these young ladies and gentlemen just talked about, PCAP was became my platform. I became a member of PCAP in 2002, really, from doing workshops of poetry and drama theater shops. Then I got off into art in 2006. And as these individuals said up here, my journey was, first of all, getting myself together, which I did, through education in prison, and worked my way through the prison system by using my artwork to be a voice and a platform for myself and for others that's in there who don't have nobody out here. And PCAP was an intricate part of me getting myself together in prison. Then Sado helped me get released in August. It was a big part of me coming home, and like everything that I do is based on trying to be paid forward. I spoke about this in some of my journeys and some of my things that I did since I came home. Since I've been home, I'm trying to be the message for those that's trying to come home that's behind me, as juvenile life is also. So what I've been doing since I got out, I got myself into school. I go to Wayne State to get my Bachelor of Science for Business Administration. So that's one of the things that I'm doing to show guys back there that when you come home, there's a lot of opportunities for us to get out here and do right and do what's needed to make our situation, our community situations better. And as an advocate for everybody, not just the youth, for those who are voiceless, those who don't have a voice, because you never know what a person's going through. So we always have to have the mindset to make change and have a difference in we have to have change in our hearts. Excuse me. You know, in order to change something, you have to change yourself. The only way you're gonna do that is by changing your environment. And so one of the things that I wanna do is continue to work with PCAP and do my art and do other things, and I'm working on a few, innovation programs. I signed up to be like a youth mentor, a peer person. I think it's called peer counseling. And that's one of the things I started to do for the youth is be a peer counselor. Since I've been out also, I've worked with other organizations like 313 Integrate. They also help individuals coming home to integrate back into society. And so one of the things I continue to do is just educate myself and work on bettering my community, bettering the youth. I don't have much to say because I spoke before, and I'm gonna let Maddie tell my story, but one of the things I wanna do is say I appreciate all of those who come to these programs, because without y'all, it wouldn't be possible for us in there to have this voice. You know, people that come to these programs, they the ones who put the word out about these programs and about the art, about the writing, about everything. So the big part of our success is y'all, because y'all the ones who come out here and write the notes in the books, who buy our artwork, who speak about our stuff, who talk about other people. And this is the main thing that I'm appreciative for, is that y'all gave us the work, the way to be a platform for others and a voice for others, because that's my main gratitude is y'all, because without y'all making this possible, we wouldn't have anything to say up here.
How great
This is about to go.
Yeah, no, this is so incredible, and thank y'all so much for just the answers to the first question. I'm already learning so much, so I really appreciate y'all for that. I guess, so this next question, and everybody's kind of gotten into it a little bit, but I'm curious to learn more about your process, whether that be your process creating art, or your process organizing, or your process sort of like uplifting voices, which was a common theme among everybody here. But what's that process, and if you could tell us more about it, and yeah, we'll start with Janetta.
So that process for me is isolation. I have to be in a quiet space because I'll get distracted if I have like my niece or my nephew like calling my name or my dog on my leg, so I have to like literally like be in a quiet space. But also the process is also liberating because, like he said, everyone does have a story. And I know a lot of beautiful people who have wonderful stories that could inspire other people, and they don't understand how important it is for their voice to be heard. And I feel like they've never been to prison, and they're out here and they're suffering. And here it is, you know, they're like, well, how did you do 22 years and you're able to come out here and not be angry, and you just navigate back into society? And I tell that same story once again, that I understood that I was going to have a second chance at life. And I understood that people will be hurting from a mistake that I made. And I just learned what life would be like outside. Like, I watched television, I read books. So I got out and I'm like, oh, okay, I know this. Oh, I know, but I will tell y'all, technology, y'all. Straight suffering, okay? But it's okay, because it's minor compared to everything else. However, voices are very powerful. I've been incarcerated. I had this big dream, and they like, you're not supposed to start your business in prison. They like, don't allow us to start businesses, but here it is, we're here. Y'all want us to be better. Y'all want us to do better, but yet you have your foot on my neck. No. I wrote a play, and it's called A Safe Sister of Sinners, and we performed it right here. I was in prison, and I had a friend that came home from prison, and we got with PCAP. I love PCAP. I'm forever, forever, forever indebted, okay? Forever indebted. This is a wonderful program. They allowed me to display my play in this auditorium in 2019. and it was a wonderful turnout. And yeah, the process is, don't stop the process for me. Keep pushing. Understand that you have, when you go through things in life, it's something bigger on the other side. And when you seek those things, you find them, and then you are able to give back. And through my writing, through my productions, through everything that I've done throughout my incarceration, I'm touching somebody every day. Somebody calling on me for something every day. I'm crying that night because I'm trying to fight this emotional transition, and they like, so can you help me, because I'm just so stressed out. And you know, but it makes me feel good. It makes me feel like my job is done, right? And I just know that PCAP has, in Shakespeare in Prison, I don't know if people here know about Shakespeare in Prison, but I've done like forever. They call me the grandfather of Shakespeare. But those are the programs that come inside the prison that does not forget about us, that help us get through and help us, you know, create these avenues to find ourselves and figure out, you know, somewhat of our purpose. And today we have these wonderful people up here speaking about these purposes that PCAP and, you know, these organizations have, you know, supported us with. So thank you.
One of the things that helped me out was PCAP. PCAP actually saved my life. And it's crazy how it happened. It was maybe 2011. I got natural life and no parole. I don't know if I'm going home or not. It's a tough time, but I had 2 poems. And I was walking to the day room, and I seen a sign on it that says poetry, submissions, creative writing. I said, all right, let me submit these 2 poems, put a stamp in there, send it in. I get a letter back from Phil Crispin. He was like, yeah, your poem's been accepted into the Poetry, Creative Art, and Lit Review. Blew my mind. Blew my mind. Like, I have never did anything. I've just been running around. I'm bad. I'm in prison, so I'm coping with this. I'm dealing with the trauma, not just being alone, the abandonment. I'm suffering from the bad choices I made as a youth. And here it is, I find this glimpse of hope in prison. Whew. Y'all know I'm soft anyway, but I'm thug. I'm tough though. I'm tough though. You hear me? So I'm in there and I'm like, man, so I get there because all my life I had never done anything for anybody to be proud of me about. So I feel like this was an accomplishment for me. I'm like, okay, I finally did something. I could send home to my mother. I could send home to my family, my friends, like, look, I did this. But I say that to say it was that point right there where it gave me some hope. And now I done wrote over 300-400 poems. I'm reaching out to the youth. I'm teaching them how to use their words as a form of expression rather than using violence. I done wrote books. I done been featured with the PCAP over 10 times. I'm in the Greatest Hits book. I done had my family come out here and perform years on years on years. Like, this has been my home all the way back from Buzz Alexander, Ashley Lucas. They used to come to prison. They used to come to Jackson so much, all the inmates be like, hey, man, your mom up here. I'm like, who you, what? My mom. They be like, oh, Ashley. They be like, your dad's up here too. Oh, Phil. But we use this time out ourselves. We use our time. This was our freedom. This was our time to escape from the madness that we was dealing with. we'd come to these programs and we'd get a sense of peace. And if it wasn't for PCAP, I would never have found my purpose in life. Like all these years, all the things I've been doing, I would never found this purpose. And it was from there I say, absolutely, these programs are important. They don't get as much publicity. It ain't all the glitz and glamour, but we changing lives, we affecting lives, because I know for some people it's full circle for them. They seen me when I was locked in prison, had natural life with no parole. But y'all thought that the system could hold me. The system's plan ain't never been in God's plan.
Amen.
So we have to look at things from a different perspective. Yes, I see the world with different eyes. Absolutely, technology is the devil. Absolutely. I hate my iPhone. But it's certain things that we miss that we had to adapt to. Like, I had never took a bath over 30 years. Ain't no baths in prison. I ain't opened the refrigerator door. We still adjusting to some of the things that we miss that some of y'all take for granted. And in that moment, like, this is why you have to love on the people that's in your life right now. Love on your family. Like, I had to learn to be a brother again. I had to learn to be a son again. I had to learn what death felt like. I never experienced real, like, death as an adult going to a funeral. So a lot of times we have to look at, this is why I say we have to look at the youth, because it's a lot of trauma that they carrying and they don't know how to express that. They angry because they don't know how to express what they going through. So we got to tap into that. We got to talk to our youth. We can't keep running around, oh, that's a YN because you got a ski on. That's still somebody's child. Yeah, he making bad choices. Yeah, he might not have it right. He might not get everything he need at home. We the community, we know what's going on. That's why I say, listen, it's a journey. PCAP has been there. We moving forward. We here. We out in the community. It's a great group of collective minds, and we can't do it on our own. Like I say, I got an LLC. I don't get no funding. I go to the neighborhood stores in the community. I go to my friends, my family, people who watched me develop over these 30 years in prison. I got out January 7th of 2025. Like, I came out here with a purpose. God gave me a purpose. I'm trying to live in that. I'm trying to move in that. I don't want to take all y'all time up because, you know, I get started. So thank y'all. I appreciate y'all for coming out. I love y'all. This is beautiful.
Yeah, no, you can take as much time as you need. I think we all needed to hear that, so thank you again. And Deron, it's great that you got the microphone. I was asking us. So we were hearing a lot, right, about the importance of uplifting voices and uplifting youth voices and uplifting everyone's voices. And with your organization, you were working a lot on that kind of stuff, right? Like creating those creative spaces, creating these events where people can come together. So I'm just wondering if you can talk more about why it's important to create those spaces, why it's important for the community to come together to uplift youth and just also uplift anyone's voice that's feeling silenced in that moment.
Yeah, just like right now, I always kind of like being on these panels because, you know, he brought